There are homes that are simply empty, forgotten places where time wears down walls and silence settles into the corners. And then there are homes like this, where everything is perfectly preserved, as if someone left for a moment and never came back. No broken windows, no signs of struggle, no chaos. Dinner still on the table, cartoons flickering softly on the TV, shoes by a door, phones charging quietly, 2 slices of bread in a toaster, not yet toasted. But the people? Gone. This is the story of the Langley family, and no matter how many times you hear it, it never stops being disturbing. November 2017. The Langleys lived in a quiet cul-de-sac in northern Maine. Father, Matthew, a software engineer. Mother, Claire, worked freelance in graphic design. 2 children, Emily, age 9, and Josh, age 6. A happy family, regular routines, grocery trips, school pickups, family movie nights. Nothing unusual. Until one day, silence. It started with the mailbox. Uncollected newspapers stacked up. The garbage bins still full. The porch light on for 3 nights in a row. And no one had seen or heard from them. A neighbor called it in. Police responded quickly, assuming it was a wellness check. The front door unlocked. What they found inside left seasoned officers shaken. The living room was calm. Cartoons looped quietly on the screen. A pink blanket curled into the corner of the couch. A half-drunk cup of tea, still slightly warm. Upstairs, beds were unmade, but not messy, just like someone had gotten up for dinner. Downstairs, the kitchen told its own story. Roast chicken, untouched. Plates filled. Napkins folded. 2 glasses of red wine. 2 child-sized plates. Spaghetti curling into cold spirals. The table had been set for a meal that no one touched. Everything was in place, but the people who lived there was simply gone. Phones were still on the chargers. Claire's laptop was open to a recipe page. Josh's backpack was by the door. Nothing packed. No sign of travel. No cash missing. No passports. No struggle. Not a drop of blood. Not a smudge of dirt. Not even a footprint out of place. It was as if the entire family stood up and stepped into another reality. Investigators combed the area. Dogs sniffed the grounds. Drones scanned the woods nearby. But there was nothing. Not even heat signatures. And then, something strange. One neighbor's security camera glitched. At exactly 6:03 p.m., the night they were believed to have disappeared, the feed cut out. 6 minutes. Static. When it resumed, nothing had changed. But the Langleys were no longer seen again. Some claimed the footage was tampered with. Others said it was just bad timing. But the footage had never glitched before and hasn't glitched since. 2 days later, the same neighbor made another call. She said she'd heard a laugh, a soft, childish laugh, coming from inside the house, but the house was sealed. No one had gone in or out. Police returned, thinking it might be a squatter, but everything was exactly as they left it, except one thing. The cup of tea, it was warm again, and on the bathroom mirror, a handprint, small, fresh, wet. Security experts pulled weeks of old footage, and on one tape, dated nearly a month before the disappearance, they saw something they couldn't explain. The family walking down the driveway, all 4 of them, but just behind them, a 5th figure. Too tall to be Emily, too broad to be Claire, face blurred, not because of camera quality, but because the figure itself seemed wrong, too smooth, too still, and in the next frame, gone. Over the following weeks, more things went wrong. Mail began disappearing from sealed evidence bags. The police station's power cut out. twice, only when detectives reviewed the Langley file. One officer, on record, refused to return to the house. He said he felt something watching him, not from the windows, from behind the walls. The FBI closed the case after 4 years. Cause of disappearance, unknown. No crime scene, no motive, no evidence. But how does a whole family vanish and leave the water in the tub warm? Today, the house remains abandoned. No one will buy it. Realtors won't even list it. They say strange things happened. A woman who tried to clean the place heard a piano playing. There's no piano in the house. A teenager who broke in said he saw a girl sitting at the dinner table, then blinked, and she was gone. The food's still steaming. One boy said he saw someone in the attic window, a girl, all in black, waving, not with her hand, but with something like smoke, like she wasn't waving at all, just flickering. The last photo ever taken in that house was by a curious urban explorer. In it, behind the doorway, a pale face barely visible in the shadow. No one else was there, at least, not anymore. So, next time you pass a house where the lights are still on, look closer. The laugh that echoes from a room no one sleeps in, because sometimes the house remains, but the people, they never left. They were taken, or maybe they're still inside, waiting